How will Xavi set up Barcelona in the 2022-23 season? Xavi's Barcelona have mainly played a 4-3-3, using wide and high wingers, eights that move into the free position, fullbacks that slightly invert and provide natural width as well, building with a back three. But a lot of football and a lot of goals scored. Tiki-taka from back to front is kind of how Xavi's Barcelona have played this season. Of course, Barcelona, there's been a lot of players in and out of the football club over the last few seasons. But I think Barcelona finally are getting to a bit of a stage where they could go back and compete for the La Liga title. Xavi has turned Barcelona from a pretty poor footballing side to a fantastic football team. In terms of Barcelona last season, a few results under Xavi that really impressed me. Number one, the 4-2 win over Atletico Madrid in the Liga, using the width of Adama Traore and Jordi Alba on that left-hand side, but also the use of an inverted wing-back in, of course, Dani Alves moving into that central midfield zone to overload Atletico. Tactically, absolutely fantastic. The workings of a team is there. When you're looking at someone like Adama Traore, who can be a little bit frustrating in the final third, obviously got an assist against Atletico, but had a lot of touches and didn't produce any moments. Now, seeing Barcelona in this new season is pretty exciting for any Barcelona fan. Of course, we do all of our analysis on SofaScore, link in the description below. Go and check it out. We can look at all these heat maps for Adama Traore, or alternatively look at Dani Alves' beautiful heat map into that inside channel. But let's move back to the tactical side of things and how Barcelona are going to set up with a number of new signings. Lewandowski through the middle. Of course, he operates as very much a complete forward these days, comfortable at dropping off the line, getting involved in the play, but also making that final move in the penalty area. I think the closest thing Barcelona have had since Lionel Messi to sort of a true player that can come off the line like a false nine and overload that midfield area. Ousmane Dembele has accepted a reduced contract. Expect him to play wide left or wide right. But the real exciting signing for me is Raphinha from Leeds United, one of the best players in the Premier League. It reminds me a lot of Ronaldinho, and we know how well he did at Barcelona. But Raphinha could play wide left, capable of hitting that byline and cutting the ball back with his natural left foot. Or, as he's done mainly for Leeds United, on the right-hand side, starting as an inverted winger and cutting in. I think the tutelage that he had under Bielsa has given him a great platform to play in a possession and positional-based game that, of course, Xavi's Barcelona do, but expect him to receive the ball in those wide areas and create something out of nothing. I think what I've liked about Xavi's Barca in terms of how they create those situations where the wingers have 1v1 situations by the rotation of the ball around the back, it is massively impressive through the little time that he's had there. I think one of the impressive things as well is the use of kind of, Dani Alves as an inverted right wing back, and it's something that Cesar Azpilicueta has done for Spain and could do for Barcelona, starting as a fullback in a defensive sense, but then moving inside to get on the ball, allowing the central midfielder to move into the inside right channel, but also, creating that 1v1 situation out wide. Azpilicueta could be a great ball progressor, but also a great ball winner in this inverted position. Comfortable playing left back and right back. Done that for Chelsea really well. Obviously had that spell under Jose Mourinho, where in fact he did play as a left back successfully as they won the Premier League. Jordi Alba's role, of course, is to provide the width if Dembele does receive in that wide area through some positional play, and Alaba can provide the overlap in the final third, then be fed, then look for someone like Lewandowski in that central area. Could be a great route to goal. Of course, I think the big thing with Barcelona, what I like about the squad, is the depth that they've got in a number of positions. You think Aubameyang was brought in last season and ended the campaign as the top scorer in all competitions for Xavi with 13 goals. He could do a job through the middle. He could also do a job in either of the wide positions, but provides a different threat than a Lewandowski. Lewandowski is going to be more of a technical, strength, power, link-up play, whereas Aubameyang is that guy that likes to run in behind defences to utilise maybe some direct passes. But on top of that, you've got the likes of Ferran Torres, who has showed a lot at Barcelona. He's missed some pretty big chances in big games. games, but I like his ability to get into those attacking areas, could be used as an inside forward for Xavi. That ability to have a really fluid and different attack dependent on who they're playing in the position is really exciting for Barcelona. Of course, moving to, other players that can play in that forward line, let's hope that Ansu Fati can get back. He has got the potential to be an absolute world beater. One of the best goal-scoring wingers in his age group. I think he's got the potential to be there. But again, you're thinking that strength in depth now. Raphinha, Dembele, Torres, Fati as the wide players. And of course, Lewandowski and Aubameyang as the centre forwards. That is good for Barcelona. Moving into midfield, of course, with the potential loss of Frankie de Jong, Pedri, Franck Kessié with Busquets, I expect to probably be the front sort of three pairing, but Xavi could easily come in and take that starting berth. I've been so impressed with his work rate, with his tenacity, with his ability to win the ball back and be aggressive. Great game in the I think in the Nations League against Spain, where he completely had Paul Pogba in his back pocket, hassled him, harried him. I think he's got a lot of potential. Obviously, Xavi's used him not only in central midfield, but actually he's used him in the wide areas as well to provide another body, another midfield body, similar to kind of Iniesta, how he used to play. He was used at the start of his career as a wide player, then moved inside, something that Xavi could do as well. Of course, we've got Nico Gonzalez, probably the long-term replacement of Sergio Busquets, carries very well. Alternatively, he could play higher at the pitch, and Franck Kessié could be providing the sort of single holding pivot. Of course, Andreas Christensen has come in as well, will provide some sort of cover and depth at centre-half. And I think that's the big thing with this team, that, you think about the signings and the transfers that have been made. It's just added great depth to the squad, and a squad that was already really competitive, but now even more competitive and even more quality in those positions. For example, if we do take, Raphinha's numbers from last season as an example, what he's going to sort of bring to Barcelona, there is real quality and real delivery in the final third for Leeds United in a really disappointing season. 11 goals and 3 assists. More of a goal-scoring season for Raphinha, was on penalties. But take his last game of the season against Brentford, we can see out the width that he creates for Leeds and could create for Barcelona. Really receiving that ball wide and making things happen in the final third, whether it's a shot, 5 shots on goal against Brentford, 1 goal scored, and of course 2 chances created, 3 crosses in this game. But we flip it to the season before, his first season in the Premier League, a more creative season for Raphinha, again showing the duality of his play now. 9 assists and 6 goals, absolute top quality, and you can see by the heat map over the season, played wide left and played wide right. Again, perfect for Barcelona's interchange. Xavi does like a wrong footer on the wing, a left footer on the right footer on the left, but as well, I think we'll probably see more of a natural footer, natural side to give more width into the attack, which is kind of really exciting. But I think the big signing will be Robert Lewandowski, one of the greatest goal scorers in the history of football. The goals that he's scored for Bayern Munich over the years been absolutely disgusting. 35 goals in 34 games last season. Just real quality. Really has everything to his game, to deliver in La Liga. I think Lewandowski will be the season's top scorer. They're the 2 signings that I'm kind of really excited to see in the Barcelona shirt. But also someone like Franck Kessié from AC Milan. He's been a player that's been excelling over the years in a number of different roles. You could probably say that he played last season, played a slightly more defensively minded role through the season, at times anchoring, and progressing the play. You could see his drifting to that left-hand side to get on the ball. But in terms of the quality of football, I think something that he's massively underrated, with 95% of his passes completed in this game against Sassuolo, one of the best possession-based teams in La Liga, is very, very impressive. And his link up with the defensive midfielder next to him with fullbacks around him, wins his duels, is great when he gets into the penalty area. Had a few seasons where he scored goals. Let's take a look at his last season in Serie A. 2020-21 season, 13 goals and 4 assists in 37 games, which leads me to think that he might be quite good as a goal-scoring midfielder in Xavi's side. We know that Xavi likes his 8s to get nice and high. Thinking about Busquets, who was, really good under Xavi, we saw a lot of his kind of rotation, his passing play was beautiful. But Franck Kessié as that kind of goal-scoring option from midfield could be very good. We know Pedri's quality as a playmaker in that final third. Franck Kessié as a different option could be very good. Exciting though, Xavi's Barcelona is starting to be built. We've got a 4-3-3, we've got width, we've got pace and trickery outside in Raphinha and Dembele, a brilliant goal scorer through the middle, and a lot of quality at the back as well. You know, some real experience in Jordi Alba and, of course, Cesar Azpilicueta. But guys, that has been my thoughts on Xavi's Barcelona. If you guys are new around here, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, check out SofaScore, and of course check out our other partner, Sneak Energy, where you can get yourself a nice bit of energy drinks to get yourself started in the morning. I've been Statman Dave. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you later.